You are listening to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. I am your host, Shanel Scott. I'm a psychic medium and energy healer who has been supporting those on a spiritual journey for over a decade. I'm your tour guide into the world of the unknown, showing you that the magic of the universe is at your fingertips. I believe spirituality is simple and fun, and this podcast will make it easily accessible, giving you the real talk on all things divine and spiritual, helping you to step into the flow. Manifesting your dreams because we all deserve to be living our best life. Are you ready for an adventure? Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to another episode of Directions from your Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. My name is Shanel Scott. I am your spiritual tour guide, and today's journey is taking us into the energy of fake it until you make it. I shared a post today, and it's one that I had saved in my drafts and my reels for quite some time. And it was like, what gave you the confidence to do that? And the answer was delusion. And I think that we play on this a way more than we'd like to admit. So I wanted to just explore that today a little bit because it's a powerful tool that you can use to shift your mindset and shift your energy. So you can call it fake it until you make it. This is I'm going to pretend like I can do this thing. Or this is I am so afraid and I'm totally going to do it anyways. And we've all been there. We've all done it. We've all been in that place where we just have to find the power to do that thing, to do the thing that we need to do. And what we don't always realize is that is energy. And by going, all right, I'm just going to pretend, it's like us acknowledging that we can do that thing. We're just going to pretend until we actually do it. This is part of the energy of manifestation. If you don't believe that you can do something, achieve something, then it won't happen. And you're saying like, yeah, Shanel, nice try. But it's true. I have worked with so many clients who have blocked things coming into their lives simply because they don't believe that it is coming. And this one, babies can't get pregnant in our brain. That's just like a wiring that, we need to let go of. Finding the perfect mate, the perfect partner, that one, too many times. People don't believe. And then it blocks it. It literally will block it for coming through. But the reality is if we can shift that, if we can shift the mindset around that, then we can go to a place of energy that moves us towards the thing that it is that we want. Prime example is this podcast. I bought a podcast mic after telling myself this story that I couldn't afford one for a very long time. I don't know why in my head I thought they were like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They're not. So when I finally looked it up and went, this is like $129. I can buy one right now. I did it. And that was just like a little bit of the energy that was moving me toward the thing that I wanted to do, which was make a podcast. But then that mic sat in the box, and then it sat outside of the box, and it sat and it sat and it sat and it sat, because in my brain, I kept telling myself the story that I couldn't do it, that it was complicated and that I couldn't do it. Now, I will say, I could hire a podcast editor. I could have tried to find a mentor. I could have taken a course maybe. And I didn't do any of those things. One day I just plugged in the mic and I recorded my first podcast. I still don't have a podcast editor. I still do it myself, and that's totally okay. I figure things out as I go, and I have no problem with that. I enjoy that. It's about learning and understanding, because I don't want to just record this thing and it to go out into the ethers. I want to know how it gets there and all the pieces around it. So yeah, that's why I haven't let go to somebody else taking it over, because I'm okay. But the reality of this, and the moral of that story, is that I took the leap of faith. I just plugged in that damn microphone and I just sat down and talked at it one day. And there was this piece of me that was so scared to do this thing that I hadn't done before. But the reality is once I did it, I was like, why didn't I do this 6 months ago? Now, even that, I think I had to keep telling myself the story that I know how to do this to keep myself going. I gave myself huge grace and I only put out podcast episodes every 2 weeks. And even at that, I was so nervous. Like, what am I going to talk about? And then it was probably Christmas time. I took 2 weeks off this Christmas because Christmas and New Year's fell on the Monday that I normally drop podcast episodes. And let's be real, I was spending time with my family because that's what I like to do over the holidays. So I didn't record anything. And it was funny because a few days before my next episode was due to drop, I recorded like 3 episodes in a row because I let go of needing to impress, needing to fill something, and I just showed up as me. I gave myself permission. I honored myself in just showing up for who I am, to share what I am with all of you in all of its realness. And in that, it changed my energy. It shifted the energy from nervousness and imposter syndrome to, I got this. I can do this. And since then, I have dropped an episode every Monday, and there hasn't really been an issue with recording something and feeling good about it, because I gotta feel good about it to put it out to you guys. That's important. But again, it's honoring those energies. I went from telling a story of fear and not being able to do it to telling a story of like, let's just fake it until we make it. We'll get there somehow. To telling a story of like, I can do this and I am good at it. And I honor that. I honor that I have something to share and a story to tell. And I'm going to have those conversations. Am I always looking to up level? For sure. Who doesn't? But I feel really good in what I do right now. It is the same thing when I started to do readings for people. I just did it because that was the only way that I was going to conquer my fear of reading for other people. And let me say, maybe not my friends so much, but strangers and so on and so forth. Like, it just took this leap of faith. Teaching, changing things. And prime example, today, I went to record the weekly oracle card reading, and I have been getting a message for months that I need to be just doing a channeled reading for you guys, a channeled reading each and every day, to just share the energy that needs to be shared. And I hadn't been doing that. I had been like fighting up against it. And I started to get this body tell, which was like, I get kind of a sore throat. I get a little like verklempt in my throat and have to clear my throat. And it was just this awareness that my spirit guides were like, girl, stop fighting it. Just do the thing that you are afraid to do. And today I could not ignore the feeling in my throat. It was to the point where I was recording and I'm like, this is gross because I've had to clear my throat so many times. And I was like, again, fake it until we make it. I clicked the button, stopped recording, took a big breath, took a big drink of water and went, here we go, gonna do this thing. And I just stepped over onto the other side of fear. I went, I can do this thing and I am just going to hold the energy of that and believe in myself and it's going to be fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to have fear about recording everything for the next couple of weeks or at least the next couple of days, but I'll get over it because again, I'm holding an energy of trust, a trust that I am doing what I am meant to do, that I have the capacity, the skill set, the ability to channel, all of those things, because I am holding an energy of being able to do it. I allow myself the space to do it. So I'm asking you today, what are you holding yourself back on? What is it that you keep telling yourself, a story, because you know it's a story, we make it up, that you can't do it? Big or small, what is it? I just want you to admit it to yourself. Share it with yourself. Love yourself enough to maybe even write it down on a piece of paper. And then my invitation to you is fake it until you make it. So maybe it's just simply pretending that you are doing the thing that you wrote on the piece of paper, and you're imagining it in your mind, and you're just pretending, doing some vision work, doing some journaling on this fake journal entry about what it is that I believe is coming. And I will tell you, that is one of the tips or the tricks that I used in manifesting my sweet, sweet husband, is fake journal entries on the dates that we would go on. It works. And then we started to date, and those things started to happen. Not because I was creating them, but it would be like pieces of the date that would show up. I was like, oh, I wrote about that, and it's happening right now. So it works. It works. So whatever you need to do to convince yourself, and maybe it's just that thing of like, take a step. Maybe if it's like you want to start a podcast like I did, maybe you actually just, sign up for a podcasting hosting site and pick a name for a podcast. Whatever action you need to do to start to create that energy is so important, and it's so pivotal. And again, it sounds so dumb. I know, but it works. It friggin' works. So do it. Just do it. Daydream about your perfect job, about what the day looks like, what you feel like when you get there. Look at a job description or a job ad that you want to apply for and be like, I can do this with 2 hands tied behind my back. Even though it's totally out of your reach, but just even going in, the application, I tell people all the time, don't do the thing until you feel like you can do the thing without the attachment to it. When you apply for a job with the yeah, this is mine and there's no question about it kind of attitude, yeah, I got it. That energy gets put through that application. It goes into what it is you want to create. It suddenly creates this energy of confidence that maybe wasn't there or didn't exist when you first looked at that job ad. It is fake confidence, for sure. But use it. Use it for all that it is and all that you can create with it. So I'm excited to see what it is that you are going to fake it until you make it. You are going to hold that energy of I can do this, or, taking that step onto the other side of fear and just believing in yourself. I am just waiting for DMs or messages, comments, whatever, to tell me what it is that you are going to do. Because I am cheering you on. I love to root for the small biz. I love to root for the underdog. I love to root for anybody. I will cheer you on to do that thing that you want to do any day. So let me know what it is. I am excited to hear it. Okay. I hope you can find your fake it until you can make it energy to make something work that you didn't think that you could do. And thank you for believing in me and all that I have to offer. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I hope that you have clicked follow or subscribe and you are following along with this spiritual journey of mine. Thank you for being here on it. I am so grateful. Again, if you can energy exchange with me, I'm always incredibly grateful for that. Like, share, comment, leave a review. It's so helpful for me in, getting seen and sharing the message. I appreciate it so, so much. Thank you for allowing me to be your spiritual journey or spiritual tour guide on this journey. Woo! From my heart and soul to yours. Until the next time. Bye now.